matters mean. And in the case of the two recent police shootings, videos don't tell the entire story. And if you look and dig further, in the case of the shooting in Louisiana, the guy was a convicted felon. He had an illegal gun, and he resisted arrest. And so we get part of the story. And in the case in Minnesota, where you have the girlfriend that videotaped, where there are other videotapes that she has on her Facebook page that she has live streamed. And in one of them, she and her boyfriend, they're sitting in their car, smoking reefer with the child in the background. And so that video is out there. And so we have to look at the credibility of the witnesses. We need to not rush to judgment. And I find the media, they're putting too much focus on the videos before we have the facts.
Ariva, respond to that.
With all due respect, Professor, you just suggested that the shooting of Alton Sterling is justified because he has a prior criminal record. At the time that the police arrived at the scene after getting a call from a homeless man, they had no information about his record. Simply because you have a criminal record doesn't mean your life is any less valuable in this system. Police officers aren't empowered to shoot people because they have a criminal record. They didn't have that information when they
had information that he had a gun. They knew he had a gun, and it turned out to be an illegal gun.
Can I finish,
It turned out to be illegal.
I allowed you to finish.
Please,
Let me
Ariva.
finish,
Professor,
please.
let her finish.
The whole
Go ahead.
issue, yes, the issue is, were those officers in imminent danger? Did they have the need? Was there an opportunity to de-escalate that situation? And what we see time and time again is when you have officer encounters with African-American men, there's never an effort. And I don't want to overgeneralize, but generally you don't see efforts to de-escalate the situations. You see the situations go from 0 to 100, and a level of force that's used that's not used when there are not African-American men involved. So for you to suggest that Alton Sterling's criminal record somehow justified those cops shooting him when he was unarmed, pinned to the ground, is just a ridiculous statement. And it really highlights the issue of race and how African-American men are treated differently by law enforcement in this country.
Professor Swain, do you believe that the climate of racial tension in the United States today mirrors where we were in the 1960s?